Things went so well today across the markets with that recovery that I've been able to quit my job at McDonald's. So let's
Hype in the chat!
Hey, traders. Good to see y'all again. Wow, what a wild set of events that have occurred today across multiple markets. And, you know, since we just we start the stream Bitcoin like we always do, so we're going to do it again. And, you know, today, in about 11 hours, going on 12 hours, Bitcoin has swung in price about $5,000 from its lowest low to its highest high of the day. Very volatile. Even index funds did the same thing. It was quite possibly, I think, the first time in history, like the Dow Jones had fallen 1,000 points and actually recovered to close positive. I don't think that has ever happened before. Someone maybe look that up, back me up if I'm wrong on that. But one of the wildest swings in history. I mean, for the S&P 500, what was it? And I guess I'll talk more about it, I guess, when we get there. But as you can clearly see, right, the stock market closed and no buying has come in on Bitcoin, only selling. And, you know, Asia's awake. Asia is awake again. What do they always do? They literally only sell. What happened last night when Asia was awake? They sold to your lowest price since sometime in July, your lowest low of the entire sell-off. But yeah, you finally recovered here. I think 60-minute divergence. It was really the macro, man. It was the S&P 500 started catching bids when Bitcoin started catching bids. And this is where you think, I mean, it could continue up, and it could run to like 40,000. It wouldn't be that weird. To just go back test what was once a major zone of support, it could become resistance, right? Because, like, you know, that's market participants love doing that. They love confirmation. So, I mean, maybe, like, you think there's an argument for why the stock market equities could continue to rally tomorrow based on that close we saw today. But, you know, eventually it runs up, hits the supply line of the downtrend, hits the horizontal line resistance. And then, you know, by then you're definitely getting way more hidden bearish divergence, right? Every time you make a high on price, you're making, you know, it's a lower high than previous high, but then it's making higher levels on the histogram. So I would just think that's going to get set up eventually, but that's okay, because when you do eventually sell off to maybe, you know, retest the same lows you made, you'll by then have some really nice bullish divergence, classic bullish divergence. So 40K has not been back tested. Look, you just broke it. I don't really know if you can consider that. I mean, it was a back test on that candle for sure, but oftentimes you'll break down and then you'll come for an actual back test after making a rally. You'll rally and test it. But for now, I mean, not one person's really bought Bitcoin since the stock market closed, right? I think Asia has like unlimited supply of crypto, and all they do is sell. They can't buy. Like, I guess it's like there's not even a buy button. You know, Asian exchanges, there's no buy, sell. It's just sell, sell. There's like 2 sell buttons, and all they do is just hit them. They just smash those buttons, dude. All right, so we'll see. There's still no edge on the 4-hour even. Definitely not the daily, but we'll look at those. So yeah, I think like retail capitulated today on the stock market, and then institutions started mass buying at very critical supports on a lot of places. So that's your 4-hour. The daily though, no edge, like, right? I mean, you just saw your lowest relative strength you had seen since the COVID crash on the daily. Remember what we talk about, when you get so nuclear, at any time there can be a reaction. The reaction has begun. You're still severely oversold, sitting 28 on the RSI. I mean, very seldom are you in oversold territory. And it's a reset. And where did you actually bounce? Which is insane. We were here talking about Bitcoin futures yesterday before the weekly candle close, while I was working at McDonald's, of course. But there were a couple of reasons why you thought just a little bit lower. The CME Bitcoin futures chart. What was it, chat? What was it, man? Do you have good memory? Ah, so close. Well, here's the thing. I mean, like, where the traders settled up, the candle close and the wick, right? Window paned. You did. Like, for where the wick is from July 23rd, you did fill that gap, right? But traders settled up at 32,260, not 32 or 33K, 32.8. So, I mean, there it is. Like, that's some sort of gap was touched. I don't know if it was actually really filled, but in a way it did. And from the wick high, it did fill. So, what a nice candle to develop. Is that a hammer? You double the size of the body. It is technically some sort of hammer. based on that, right? Like, what is like the, you know, but there is kind of a wick at the top too, so it's not your perfect hammer. Right? How can you identify a bullish hammer? What is like the criteria of it? It's like normally when you have a long wick, as long as the body, you can double the body, the size of the body, and it's still within the parameters of the wick, it is a valid hammer, right? So this was like a $1,700 body. You like measure that. Does it match? Oh God, wrong tool probably to use for this. Sorry, let me do that again. Let me use the other one. I mean, I think it was. I'm just eyeballing it, and I think it is. I think you can double the body of the candle. Oh, God. And now on this one, I can't, like, even... The visibility is so screwed up. God, man. TradingView, you suck, dude. Stop making stupid changes. Yes, of course. Yep, it doubles the body... The wick is double the size of the body, over double the size of the body, so it's valid. But I don't really know. I mean, there's a gap fill above you, right? You'd think a gap fill at like 38.1 that it could fill, but there's no edge, right? Nothing implying that the sellers are exhausted. But yeah, the 88% retrace, just like on spot price on futures, was achieved today. The low to high. There's the 886 and kind of the gap fill area too at the same time. So it's just, yep. So this is where reactions occur. Major potential reactions can occur at 886. You've seen it a million times, right? So just going back to spot. Just stream on. Are we all here? Is everything good? Dude, what the? Right, so at the 886, you caught a bounce. I guess the heart line of the downsloping channel, you also caught a bounce there again. But again, just probably still resetting. There's probably some more upside, you know, just for a scrub rally to make a lower high to back test resistance, has resistance again, and then dumping. And then maybe on that dump after the reaction high, or, you know, the reaction occurs, you get a second low and maybe a real edge or something. But I don't think much has changed on Bitcoin just besides full resets from your June lows to your all-time highs. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. Down 4.39%. Bitcoin's up on the day. Ethereum's still down almost 5%. But either way, you got close to that 886, but never quite got there. You'd think if Bitcoin got to its actual CME gap fill, then Ethereum would maybe see that 886 for real from the June low to the all-time high. Same way we Fibonacci Bitcoin just now. 2000 and then 2064. Like, right, that's the confluence of the support resistance and the 886. And no edge, right? Nothing's implying that a reversal's coming yet, even though this is psycho, man. This is psycho price action. I mean, it's like, welcome to the effing show if you're new, but this asset today has swung, right, from its open to its lowest low. You've had a 17.5% swing in less than 24 hours. 17.5%. That is unreal. Like, that just doesn't really happen every day, every week, every month. So, okay. And this is probably just because of the volatility going on, right? So, you're almost there. Almost to those areas, just not quite. Instead of an 886, you got like an 88 or an 86% retrace, 85% retrace or something. Okay, cool. Cardano down 5% on the day. Still, right, we know the support, how important it is. If you break this, you're probably gonna lose crap loads of value. Talking like 60% of your value maybe. If you drop below $1, well, you kept falling below the dollar, but you have not been able to, market participants have not been able to break the support, right? There's too much demand still here at this level. Probably has to do with Bitcoin bouncing. Bitcoin starts dumping. You know what's going to happen? Eventually, it will crack through this support and go to 40 cents, 38 to 40 cents. There is no form of support. It's like straight line up. Then it could be straight line down. But at the same time, you have to understand if this could be the bottom. Just like it could just be the beginning before you capitulate and lose crap loads of value, it could also be exactly where the asset reverses. You understand? So it's like we don't know if it's going to collapse. And we don't know if it's going to hold here. We never do. But normally we're looking for some sort of edge implying that it would reverse here. And normally that comes with divergence or something. And it is kind of crazy. And I mean, of course, this changes with Bitcoin dumping, but look at Cardano. I mean, it is again a low, then the lower low, then the slightly lower low, still at that inflection point. There is more daily classic bullish divergence on Cardano right here. That's freaking wild, man. So I'm never going to tell you, like, I know where something's going, you know, but I'm just presenting like what's kind of happening on the RSI on the daily, not the MACD. MACD, there is no bullish divergence argument at all. The negative Momo is still building. But dang, man, what an intriguing level. So you better be paying attention to Cardano here, because just remember, based on history, it has reversed here almost countless times. Could do it again, but exactly like the way it's been so much time above this level, the market conditions change, goes bearish, you could easily just go to 38 cents to 40 cents. So protective stops is what I'm saying if one was going to do anything here, right? Okay, I think hopefully I got that picture across to you. BNB is really interesting too. I mean, Cardano at an inflection point, Binance Coin at an inflection point, Binance Coin also making an 88% retrace from your September lows, the M shape, right? Going back to February, you're there. I mean, you held one day. No, just kidding. You've held again a second day, and so close. I mean, so close to divergence. It's technically convergence. It could almost be considered Class C bullish divergence, where you make like a lower low and about the same level on your RSI. It's like a double bottom. Stagnation in relative strength. Negative Momo still building some, but just saying, right? Again, we have no idea if inflection points will hold. 886s will not become violated and validated. We have no idea Bitcoin's going to hold. Bitcoin dumps, it's over. But this is exactly where, and based on history, where reactions, reversals have occurred too, just like we saw September 28th. So maybe Bitcoin's going to go to 40K. This is where a reaction could occur. This is certainly where BNB could have a bounce to 430 or 500 again. It would just be your first one, though. It wouldn't be your second. Okay, does that make sense? Just all on Bitcoin, man. No, I mean, the divergence, I think, ended up developing on the 60-minute, but it was like the psycho bull candles came in, bullish candles came in, and like kind of made it start happening after it was already, it was like after the fact almost. Okay, BNB, and then we go to SOL. Dude, you don't want to see SOL, dude. I don't even know why, but for some reason, did it get delisted from Binance? Because, like, my watch list, it's, like, in red, and that's what it looks like when something gets delisted. Down 7.25%. As we knew, this had a lot further to go. It's making its way. I don't think it's done. I don't care what Bitcoin does. I don't care, you know, about what the macro does or the stock market does. I just think SOL, like, you have to wait. You got to wait till at least, like, $58. Maybe, I mean, like 45 is actually the 886. That's where you really want to wait. X marks the spot, but it's on its way really fast, getting there. No action take on this yet. Nothing even intriguing or interesting about this. I don't care. Yeah, oh wow, it reacts and bounces from the August 23rd high that it put in for a day. Great, dude. Don't care. Gonna run it and make a lower high, probably back test 123 as resistance and dump again, and eventually see that coveted area. That's another big crypto coin. But then at the same time, I mean, there are coins like KNC is up 7% today. This is so intriguing. This is like one of the most intriguing looking charts in crypto right now. It's just like, not a Rubik's Cube or anything, but dang, man, you just look at it and you're like, wow, this thing is sitting at a steel wall of support. Steel wall of support goes back to July 2018. It's been a resistance, support, a bunch, and it's just the bottom of a range that's been created from 121 to 231, and look how it's holding. Like, you just can't imagine this thing dumping. If Bitcoin runs up to 40K to just back test that level as resistance again, this could be going to 231 again. I mean, this thing is holding. It's like springing back, testing the spring like twice, and the RSI is solid. I mean, you got a neutral on the RSI at the bottom of a trading range. There could be from where it is right now, if the market doesn't roll over and it's up 6.65%, it could still have another 49% upside on it. Right, KNC, just one to have on your watch list to pay attention to, and especially like if you're newer and you're trying to learn about traditional technical analysis. I mean, this is great. This is like buy low, sell high situation. Pretty wild to see it. Gotta love it, man. It has not given up 120, 130 yet. It may not. It may run to 230 before dumping again. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Adam's insane, dude. Adam's like what the unreal. Like, it's just crazy. Yesterday, you like engulfed or Haramid, whatever. Such strong candle yesterday. Back tested the 200-day moving average, and you're back above that critical support resistance. You know, like I think we looked at this yesterday. And if you stay above that long enough, you could very well see 43.37 again. It's another higher low in a very massive uptrend. Something developing on Adam now is hidden bullish divergence, right? Continuation implied on Adam, really strong, like crazy strong here. And look at the volume that came in, like, you know, based on this exchange right here, highest level of volume you had seen since September 20th. I think that's pretty good, man. Yeah, Adam, one of the best looking ones out there, just based on its massive sheer outperformance and how close it is to its all-time high versus Bitcoin that is way off, and all the altcoins so far off their all-time highs. Not Adam, different worlds. Another one's Maker. Very interesting levels. I know, dude. Lower high, count now lower low. It sucks, dude. It's like, yeah, got all the makings of a finally gonna roll over at the bottom inflection point. You test it so many times. Eventually it breaks, you know, goes into correction, has a massive, deep, full reset down here, you know, probably like $800. Got it. But at the same time, just pointing it out to you that if you look left, December 2017, January 2018, these old peaks back here became resistance, support again, and now look where you are. You're right there, hanging on by a thread. But while you're hanging on by a thread at this critical reversal point based on history, look at the MACD histogram. How gorgeous is it? Triple MACD, histogram, bullish divergence, impending price action, reversal, implied at the lowest risk area you could ever imagine, having stop loss below those previous wicks. This is where an asset could very well reverse, but normally, even with the divergence is so nice, oftentimes you'll get the divergence will play out, it'll underperform, make a lower high, then come back down to these same levels. And when you get down to these levels, by then you got a confirmation low. Maybe there's more divergence, maybe tail end divergence in the RSI. Confirmation low is what you're looking for. That's the daily, but then you have the 4 hour that already showed its own 4 hour confirmation low, pretty much, kind of, where you had that bullish butterfly that went to the 1.618 one time, second time, and I guess on the second time you've begun to rally, and that could take you probably to 2150 if it's to play out. Really nice butterfly, like textbook butterfly. That's it though. So you see where we are, and you see there's kind of an argument, but it's just your first low. And the macros, so kind of trash still. Volatility getting to highest levels since late 2020, like October 2020. A lot of uncertainty at these critical areas, and eventually ranges can break down, as you saw with something like, you know, SOL. You saw it with Hex back 34-35 cents. You know, ranges are created and they can still break down, and then you can go for full resets. Corrections, it'll take you down to 886s, right? 886s. Yeah, because there's like still like distribution in this channel here, in this range anyway. God, why does that thing, dude? Sorry, my stupid ticker, the rolling ticker. Like they changed their website, I guess, so now it's like broken. Like I can't. I'm gonna have to get rid of that ticker if I can't find a replacement for it. It's real bad, man. Real bad. It's so annoying. It was broken the whole stream yesterday. Okay, so I'm just like going through some of these coins, whatever, who cares? Here's your total market cap, right?
I like turtles.
It didn't, I mean, it's just, yeah, it hit a low of like 1.48 trillion, now it's 1.63 trillion. And could very well, it still hasn't back tested 1.71, 1.78 trillion yet. That's what could happen if Bitcoin rallies to like 40K. It could go test 1.78 trillion, just to regard it as resistance because it's never been regarded. It broke down and there was never a back test of it. So it could go up more, you know. Severely oversold, of course, but no edge, right? Bearish convergence on the lower low. There's no argument for bullish divergence now on the histogram at all. So yeah, nothing implying a reversal on total market cap yet. So cool out. 33 minutes till your daily candle close. First daily candle of the new week. So we'll switch gears to the stock market. That is absolutely wild. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Talking about, you know, this old 4236 area we've had plotted, that old high from May 7th. It was also a low from July 16th. You tested that, you gapped down. Oh my God, Black Monday. We were down almost like, you were on like 4%. You tested that level, and that is when the bids came in. Once that it bounced, and then immediate buying the rest of the day, and a gap fill. A gap fill and a bullish engulfing candle. No edge, nothing implied that the reversal was going to come, but these things happen, getting so severely oversold. And then the daily. The daily is a massive bullish hammer that also filled the gap. There's no edge off this hammer. It was just back testing a level, and bids came in. Still below that 200-day simple moving average. And sure, that, I mean, that's like a nice reaction, but it doesn't imply anything, you know. It could be turnaround Tuesday tomorrow, but that candle right there, that could very well be a big time reversal candle, but we'll see. I mean, here's the stat on it, right? What actually happened? The S&P, the SPY traded over $100 billion worth of shares for only a second time ever. The first time was March 2nd of 2020, COVID crash, which is more than top 4 stocks combined. And the QQQ smashed its record with 66 billion shares traded, and that record was set on Friday.
Stay tuned.
So Dr. Rogue Bull, man.
Is that a joint?
Thanks, dude. If you combine the two, right, the Qs and the S&P together and their shares traded, $170 billion, which is an all-time record. So that all happened today. Thanks again, DJ. All right, so wild things happening. The S&P, Dow Jones was down 1,000 points and it recovered to close in the green, which has never happened before. Wow. Your DJI, somehow even, right? The demand line of this massive ascending broadening wedge that ironically actually hit the measured move. It did, man. That's a measured move. Like the beginning of the measured move in ascending broadening wedge is the first anchor point of the bottom trend line. That happened. And when you hit that level, which is also just a peak from March of 2021 and a low pretty much from June of last year, a massive, massive hammer, like crazy hammer. So anytime you see a hammer like that, sure, there could be follow through tomorrow. That's important though, right? The Japanese candlestick reversal is painted, but the most important thing about it is the next day. It's just like a bearish breakdown or bearish, bearish breakdown or bullish breakout, right? It's not about the breakout and candle close confirmation of that day. It is I think the immediate fall through price action you receive afterwards. So like this, you paint this crazy psycho bullish reversal candle, and then tomorrow you roll over. That's when you know it's bull crap. It was all Rudy Poo fake out crap. So Yeah, I mean, it looks like interesting, and somehow miraculously, look at the way your relative strength index looks. It's just crazy. It's like one low and then an actual higher low, but they're both oversold on the daily. So it's just like, that looks like, that's how reversals, major reversals occur. Stuff like that on one low and then the second low looks like this. Yeah, that's definitely, like, if you catch, I think if we like close higher than we closed today, tomorrow, that is a way more valid reversal than what we have now, because you need confirmation of what just was painted. So tomorrow we'll be telling. Hopefully it's a turnaround Tuesday, even though everything closed in the green. Yeah. Wow. Let's talk about it. I mean, let's just look at it. Let's the lowest price today to the highest side today. 3.78% swing, $1,252 swing. I don't think that's ever happened like that before. Dow Jones below the 200-day simple moving average. Yikes. NASDAQ Composite. What a great candle, but it's nothing really. Is it a hammer? Nah. It's a nice green candle, and it's well above all resistance. So you could go up to 14,158 tomorrow, and I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying it is not about the candle today. It is about the fall through tomorrow. So we get a higher close than we closed today. I think you're in better shape on the NASDAQ. But yeah, again, like well below the levels you need to be above desperately. You want to fake out? Fine. Break back above 14,200. That's not going to be easy at all. There was no edge. There was nothing implying that a reversal was coming today. In fact, you didn't even test the low from May 13th of last year. Nor February 1st of last year. You did not touch it. You got very close though. Now, from that previous major discernible low, March 5th of last year, you made a 78% retrace. So deep value areas down here, you know, compared to your most major discernible previous low. You know, so whatever, great candle, awesome. QQQ is really more intriguing to me, because if you look where it was, right, it was like, the NASDAQ had already breached these levels. Well, the QQQ did not. It had just fallen to it, fallen below it. There was no edge. And a massive amount of buying came in to get you back above the critical level and to fill a gap, which is done. And after hours, it is down 0.53%. Now, volatility is elevated right now, very elevated. I mean, Q is the same type of right angle descending broadening formation. It's just right at that, pretty much the resistance of it, right? Right there. So it'll be telling what happens tomorrow, right? Be very telling. With no edge and all that. Got an alert set up if we bust through it or something. Then Russell 2000, the small caps, massive bullish engulfing candle on the daily. And yes, there actually is. Where it reversed though, not that telling. It looks like a swing low from December of 2020. But what's intriguing here is the fact that you see this RSI. This is classic daily bullish divergence on the RSI developing as of today after that massive engulfing candle. So remember, we got divergence starting to develop now. You have a bullish engulfing candle that was closed. So tomorrow will be very important. We need to get a daily candle close higher than the daily candle close today for, you know, I think some confirmation that it's a real engulfing candle and not a joke. Dude, I mean, you go to the COVID crash and get stuff like this and just dump, right? But it'd be really nice. I mean, it looked kind of like an ABC, a reciprocal ABCD, right? Maybe reacted somewhere I didn't see, or I didn't. Right, reciprocal A, B, C, and then the D. Almost a 200%. Almost a 200% retrace. Close. But yeah, I mean, you could definitely say that interesting stuff. But yeah, like completely broke support and has not even tested it yet. Okay. Here's golds. Continuing to do fine. All right, look, remember resistance, resistance, resistance.
AMC
now support.
stock, please. Not a mean moon boy, but it hit a 786.
What's up, Haywood? Thanks for the $20.01. Yeah, we'll look at AMC. First request of the day. Thank you, man. Times are tough. I'll be going back to McDonald's. Wow, Bradley. Dang, man. What's up, dude? Holy crap. I'll wait for it to actually do it. Hello? Thanks, Bradley, man. We get some,
Hype in the chat.
cheers, dude. Thank you, man. Boom.
Hit the like. Greatest education on the interwebs. Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks, dude. I'm honored that you think that. It is definitely an honor that I get the viewers I get, man. Thank you. So gold though, PAXG. We just look at PAXG because it's gorgeous, because it's undeniable. It's textbook Bukowski accumulation, and it soon will be at $2,000. It might take a couple months, a few months. It's like that's the target. To confirm the bottom, and on the confirmation low, classic accumulation on a daily time scale. I just don't think you understand the gravity of the situation when we're talking about traditional technical analysis. When those things develop, you just ignoring it. Fine, go ahead, dude. But you better not come back here and start crying about gold when it's at $2,000 in 2-3 months. Be like, should have bought gold now at all-time highs. It's like, you had your opportunity. Get out of here. Just go.
Smash the like for Mitch, don't be cheap. XMR Plaza, thanks bro.
What's up, Robert, dude? Thanks for 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Monero. That, oh, what's up, this stupid scrolling ticker thing is so trash. I hate it. I'm gonna get rid of it soon. Can't handle it. It's just, oh. You know, it's like change is like never good anymore. Only change is only bad now. It's weird. Like change on these things only gets like makes things worse than they were. It never makes it better. It's like, oh, I'm so happy it changed. Like, right? Like, when's the last time with technology of any third-party application or something? It's like, oh my god, a change happened. Ooh, I'm so excited. This is so nice. Never. Like, it's like I've been doing this for years, and I'm like, every time a change happens, I'm like, here we go, dude. I'm always like anxiety and stress when changes happen with all these apps. Never like, dang man, that was awesome. Okay. So gold, legend. Getting ready to be a legend anyway. This will be an NFT. 3 Rising Valleys. Once it plays out. Okay. Silver. We can just look at spot because it looks so nice. Silver, you know, that 200 moving average just pulled back some for sure. Yep, that's okay. As long as you make a higher low than 21.98, you're good. You can make another low. You can make a third low, make a 3 Rising Valleys here too. But either way, man, things reversing at the bottom of a trading range, jumping across the creek, M shape. Yeah, a little pullback here, sure. Okay, U.S. oil. How did it fare? Hitting that 86.91 and being respected. Nice. Get a little respect. Not moving much, right? A lot of volatility today across all markets. You know, 81.88 to a high of $86. And now you're at $84. Yeah, you're going all over the place. So, yeah, until you break 86.91, that could be a local top for now. Sure. But eventual target you'd think would be the top of the range. Or the, not the range, but the channel. Or the ascending broadening wedge. Which, whatever. It's just the structure. The price action structure, right? So the US oil could, you know, see some upside and become like really overbought around 94. I don't know. It's going to be tough to break that supply line to get to 100, you know, and to hit the PCZ of this crap, you know. So I just think like more so conservatively speaking, maybe 94 will be your target, but just beautiful. Anytime you run like that, just you can't be surprised if a pullback happens. You can't even be surprised if it double tops here. Just understand, one time, sell off, attempted rally. Not such a very well attempted rally to go to much higher highs. This is what Bitcoin did. Remember, 64K, 69K. It looks okay for a while, then starts selling off. So you just don't know if it's an attempted rally that failed. I mean, clearly from this high to the next high on US oil, you are showing lower levels of relative strength in overbought territory. So that is like classic bearish divergence. I bet it's more visible and more established on the 3-day. So, I mean, I'm just saying, right? I mean, there could be some exhaustion on oil, at least to pull you back A little bit more moderate, mild retrace from the low to high. So you could go back and test $78, $75 again. You just can't be surprised. Nice run. We were here before the breakout of the Dragon. The Dragon hit all the targets and exceeded them, right? So, cool. We have 19 minutes till your daily candle close. We just got through a lot of the commodities and index funds and major cryptos. If you're enjoying the coverage of these events, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Maybe we could top, I don't think we could top the McDonald's stream likes. But it clearly shows that when you go to McDonald's, you get more likes. So that's cool. Okay, I mean, so, remember that time that wheat looked similar to U.S. oil in the way the price action was developing, right, for over a year? And locally, look how you broke a demand line, and then you had a nice bullish engulfing candle today. And you got your highest daily candle close on wheat since December 27th. And that could have been a successful back test where you rallied to see like an 840. Wheat had a good day today. Wheat futures, whatever. You look at that chart, you look at this chart. It's not, you know, a nice back test rally. So could be more upside. Corn futures, don't you wish, chat, that we say Bitcoin? What about regular corn? What about regular corn hitting its highest daily candle close since June of last year? Look how it's like confirmation law of a 200-day simple moving average. And could be going for a gap fill. I mean, minimum 637, but I'm thinking probably on the daily, like something like 676. Yeah, really nice. Corn futures, number go up, chat. So we had like one request or two requests or something. Can't remember. There were just so many. But yeah, AMC. AMC continued to get devastated. Doesn't matter. But very interesting here. I do declare, because you talk about a butterfly, and a butterfly at its maximum threshold, and that divergence did not play out at all. Where are you? I mean, you're below most supports. But yeah, I mean, there's no action to take. I mean, unless you just want to gamble here. This asset was down 7.4% today at close. Lowest RSI you had seen since October of 2020. But you can say, Matt, you are at the pattern completion zone of a textbook, undeniable, bullish butterfly. Bullish butterfly. Almost like a wedge tube, hitting for that demand line for the third time now. And you can just look at it kind of like that. Oh yeah, man. I mean, like, definitely getting to a point where, yep, there could be a reaction soon. A reaction to the upside. Sure, look at that. I mean, look how close you are to the apex. Price action contracting as you downslope. And you can get big reactions upwards. Doesn't mean it's going to turn into anything but a lower high, because you are correcting. And I still don't think you've gone deep enough for a full reset from that January last year low to the all-time, or to that highest high in June. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting to pay attention to. Let's just see what happens nearing the apex of that wedge and being at the 1.618 fib extension, which again is the very bottom of the pattern completion zone of bullish butterflies. Go look it up, Google it, look at Scott Carney's books. This is it right here. This is it. But no edge on daily, none. All right. I'm just saying, interesting is the word. Interesting as F is the word here. Just no confirmation low, so that sucks. Okay. The next request, the last request, the second request of the day would be Monero. That ended up finally catching up a little bit on getting wrecked with everything else, down 6% on the day. Oh, a butterfly or something? Yeah, the problem with Monero, dude, big problem. Massive downtrend going on. Big correction here. You know, there's your 4 hour. But I mean, you hit your lowest price you had seen today since January last year. So we're talking like 1 year lows. You fell below, looks like some support. Here it is. I mean, here's some Monero trying to hold on to, I guess, this candle high close on the daily market real quick. I kind of reset everything. Right there, that daily candle high close from August of 2017. You're doing everything you can to desperately hold above that level. It's also like just some massive, look at that crazy wick, and then another crazy wick, and just down at these levels, you know, 160. I mean, these are massive lows. If you can never get back above like 160, maybe you get back above 150 even, you got a chance for a lot of upsides. Look, as you can see, lots of support resistance here on Monero. You must hold this, otherwise you're going down to you're going to 120 if you don't hold this, man. All right, so I don't think there's any kind of Japanese candlestick reversal. Thank you, Hooch. We'll look. It's still bearishly engulfing. 6% down on the day, and again, it made its lowest price in a year, well below an 88% retrace from that January 2021 low. So to me, I don't see an edge. I see a low, or I see a high, I see a lower high, and I see another lower high. It's almost like a massive, and maybe I'm wrong here, but like it's like a massive classic distribution pattern structure, right? We were looking at gold with classic accumulation. You have classic distribution here. Like even locally, this lower high is so pathetic, man. So bad, right? You have 3 peaks, 3 falling peaks. You have 2 valleys. Here was the confirmation line of that structure. It's confirmed. So you actually have a very real 3 falling peaks bearish pattern, and it broke down, and 178 was a confirmation line of that. So I don't know if this level will hold. It's just not good. Wow, bad, man. I think it's like this is maybe cluing us in on what could be coming, where you go from that COVID crash low to your highest high of the rally off of that. That could take you down to like 85.25 and 886. As of today, you tested the 786 briefly for a second before bouncing right there. So I hope that it holds, but it just, you know, the way it looks, it seems like you could be seeing lower prices. And, you know, Monero, $84. If you don't hold $84, probably going down to $39. So let's see what happens, man. Someone else will be like, it's a wedge. It was a falling wedge, man. A falling wedge that broke its demand line, right? I don't know if we call it a falling wedge. No, it's just a downsloping channel. It's not even a wedge, dude, because there's no price action. There's no contraction of the price. It's just parallel. Yeah, Monero kind of looks like Maker, and that's the thing. It's like even Maker has like, wow, look at these levels it's at, even in the 4 hours. So it's just still like it could be worse. It could just be like eventually these ranges that you can be in them so long, and it's like you could still be at low risk areas, but it's just been, you've already bounced like 5 different times in the past like 6 months at these levels. It might be time to roll over and go to those and break that range, because ranges break eventually always. Check that out on lumber. 1973 to like 2020, it was a range and it like broke out. Went to all-time highs. Okay, so EOS to Bitcoin. Sure. And big yikes here, man. Good God. I mean, I get it. Wow, dude, it's at like all-time lows. I would never touch this. Like, this is EOS. EOS is a massive loser. Like, probably one of the biggest scams of all time for venture capitalists, right? Probably. I mean, dude, this thing will, I was talking to someone about like, yeah, sure, nothing wrong with like dollar cost averaging blindly, bi-weekly, monthly in crypto, like a Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, but not that you can't have that same mentality with altcoins, other altcoins, like because okay, at least with Ethereum and Bitcoin, it's inherent, it's proven, like based on time and price that it has just gone up, making higher highs, higher lows eventually. But there are many altcoins, unlimited altcoins that since their inception in 2017's ICO boom, they're not doing that. They're making the exact same lows, if not lower lows, than they were making at the worst lows, like December and November of 2018. Like, no, they're losers and will always be losers. And I think EOS is a major loser that will never perform. It'll never recapture its all-time highs ever again. Never. It will never go back to its ICO peak levels. And this chart right here is 2 Bitcoin. So all Bitcoin is getting wrecked. EOS is getting wrecked even worse. I don't care if it's looking like it. It might eventually maybe double bottom on a lower low. Who cares, dude? This chart just shows you massive loser and will always be a loser. Yep. Especially to Bitcoin. Majorly to Bitcoin. But the US dollar is bad too. US dollar, EOS to the US dollar is at the same price it was at those lowest lows of the 2018 capitulation event. Okay. EOS is such a major loser, dude. You could maybe trade it, but why trade it when there's so many outperforming assets that are gonna have way better yields when they mark up than EOS? So it's just almost like, why ever touch it? Who cares if it goes up? Other things are gonna go up and they're gonna go way more, way better, perform way better than EOS. Always hands in pockets, USB keychains, scam. Like, maybe it's not a scam, like as in literally a rug pull, but dude, look at its performance and price, and the project's dead. Like, they suck, dude. They don't do anything.
Thanks again. Can you take a look at
$4 billion of seed money in 2017. They've done nothing. What a scam. I would say it was a scam. If I invested my money in that crap in 2017, I would say I feel like I got scammed in 2021 at this point, at this price. Yeah. What's up, Hoochie Man? Yeah, we'll look at Sandbox, which is going for that full reset. Just like all the other metaverse coins. Sand, here it is. Yep. I don't think this is done yet. I mean, hey, it could, it could rally, right? It could rally. It's going to make a lower high, maybe at 438 or something. But I think it's eventually going to make its way down to like 146. That would make a lot more sense because there's like actually a support resistance from September there. I don't care. Like, it could rally here, but that's not going to present an argument strong enough for me to be like, oh, I can't wait to long this asset now. No, I'm not using that as an anchor point for a harmonic. Nope, I don't care. Have fun. You can do that all you want, and it'll maybe turn into a rally, but then you'll see later, like, it'll make a lower high than one of these highs and then dump again to the lower lows. And I think like better areas to be thinking about sand is like 93 cents to $1.20. You're at $3 right now. Yeah, I think this is going for a full reset. This was the bad action magnet move confirmation, and for the BAMM, and the phenomenon that when you break the 50% mark, the B point of the potential M shape, high probability you go to the 886, again 146. Yep.
So what coin should I put $30,000 into? Lol.
Hard to say, man. I mean, nothing really presenting too much of an edge yet. It was kind of, here's one that actually is different. It's Luna. It's down 5%, but I want you to see, like earlier it wasn't looking like this. Earlier it was actually losing negative momentum again, and it was actually trying to provide like an argument for classic bullish divergence in development. It's not, though. It's not yet. But dang, dude, look at these ones like Atom and Luna that are so close to their old all-time highs. But the thing is, that just means there could be way more downside if a massive correction comes to crypto. So I just I don't know, like to put 30 grand in anything crypto right now might not be prudent.
Also, can you look at DG Byte?
Yeah, DGB, Hoochie, thank you, man. I mean, we look at these, one low, the lower low, and then maybe lower levels negative Momo, but there's no edge on the RSI. just sitting around bearish territory. I mean, you have these assets that are hitting 886s and they're reacting very well, including Bitcoin hitting its own 886, where it could react and it could run up to 40K. Or it could just roll over because Asia's going to sell, and maybe the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, those are all bullcrap candles to induce buying from retail that capitulated anyway, and they dump on your head tomorrow. So we need confirmation tomorrow on the index funds, I think, just to make sure that all these Japanese candlestick reversals are real, because we don't have that yet. And if they're going to roll over, Bitcoin will certainly roll over too. Like, Bitcoin's like an equity now, man. That's all. It's like a tech stock. That's all it is now. I think there's enough control they have because of the futures and derivative markets. They've tamed this asset. They can do whatever they want with Bitcoin now. Like the West, I think a lot of it happened at the 30K low this summer and the 40K low. Massive amounts institutional bids came in, and now in a lot of ways they can do what they want. So, but I think it's just like it's so tied in with equities now. It's so correlated, directly correlated with equities now. Okay, you saw what happened on Bitcoin today, right? It swung $5,000 today, and it was literally happening at the exact same time as the index funds recovering too, right? That's all you need to know, and that happens all the time. And then as soon as the stock market closed, what happened? The bids ceased. They stopped. And only selling really since then. 3 minutes till your daily candle close. Asia's awake. All they do is sell. They have 2 sell buttons. They don't have a buy button. If they somehow find their buy button again, I'll be surprised, because you're going with the trend. The trend is Asia sells. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. But yeah, in downtrends you eventually react. But the reactions in this downtrend for Bitcoin have been miserable. They have been pathetic. We're talking so trash that they can't even make 38% retraces from their previous highs to their new lows getting put in. Like right here, this was less than a 38% retrace before another dump. So it's just like, to say like where would one be putting their money right now in crypto? It's like you don't have a like we know an 886 is a great potential reaction area, but it's like, don't you like confirmation? Yeah, market participants love confirmation. So at any point, maybe this is the bottom. Well, you'll probably get a second test eventually. You'll probably run up, sell off again, and then you'll get a second time at this level if it is the bottom. I mean, look how many times you got, look at the 30K low. Multiple touches down there. And even here, you had like 3 different touches on the 4 hour at this low. But yeah, that's tough, man. Without bullish divergence on significant time scales with confirmation lows, it's hard to say. Right, Cardano could be a low risk shot, but if you don't have a stop loss set up below $1, you're destined to lose like half your money. Right, that's what will happen. Like if Cardano doesn't hold $1. Okay, it's like Frodo looking into that thing of water and watching the Shire burn. Same thing. This is what will happen if Cardano fails to hold $1 or Frodo fails to destroy the ring. Right, so. So you've clearly seen, right? There are assets at these critical levels. They are there. They're kind of reacting there, but they just don't know if there's enough data to like really feel that comfortable yet. It's been nasty, man. Okay, well, I've been live for about an hour now. If you're enjoying the live stream, like button, the bell, sub. We got about 30 seconds till your daily candle close.
Hey Mitch, long time watcher. Can you show Tzla? Looking for a chance to long before earnings.
What's up,
Please
Sean,
and
dude?
thank you.
Well, if you want to play it the right way, one should never be longing before earnings because you're literally flipping a coin. You could go to the casino, get free alcohol, and gamble, or you could just not get free alcohol, be at your home, and maybe lose a lot of money. And there's no benefit. There's no like, oh, I was there, I was in Vegas, man, I was at the casino, I got to see the hot waitresses, whatever.
Before going down again greater than.
But no, you'd be gambling by yourself.
The fear is
What's
at
up, Trey?
historical lows.
What's up, these? Fears at historical lows. Well, not at historical lows. New daily candle has been born. But again, RSI on the QQQ was at its lowest level since October of 2018, lower than the COVID crash lows. It's wild. Okay, so since we just looked at Bitcoin, let me guess, dude. Let me guess. Yeah, this is what's gonna happen, man. I mean, this is like the way Maker looks before Maker dumps. I mean, here's your DGB chart. It broke that support from July. It's at its lowest price since December of 2020. So the daily, not the best exchange. There's a level clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Resistance a bunch, support. Yeah, I mean, you're nearing 1.6 cents. If you don't hold that, well, you're probably going to 0.8 of 1 cent for a full reset from your lowest low ever to your highest high. Talking like you've already exceeded an 88% retrace from that psycho run. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, you could say deep value received areas, but like there's no divergence, and it'd be the first time ever. Like the first low, not the second low. No confirmation low. Look what happened. Look what happened on DGB right here. Right? One low, no one knows. Rally, sell off. Second low, okay, confirmation low. Look what happened. Ensued after the confirmation low. 2 lows. Moon. Right? Look what happened here. One time, no one knows. Rally. Second low, everyone knows. They place their bids. Bigger rally ensues. You run up to resistance in reverse. Because look, one time, no one knows the top's in. Sell off. Attempted rally. Second time, everyone knows it's over. Closing reverse candle. You see what I'm saying? One time, no one knows. Sell off. Rally. Second test, everyone knows. Dump. Bigger dope. So right here, even if it is the bottom, no one knows. So give me a rally, give me a reaction, sell off again, and then give me the second low. Give me a confirmation low that the bottom's really in. See, that's it. So there's no action to take on DGB at all. None. Okay. I don't care if it does reverse here. Next request, man. Next request was old Tesla. Couldn't hold that support because the macro got obliterated. But it is trying desperately to do something possibly, potentially miraculous, where the old resistance from January of last year was support once. No one knew, maybe. Big rally. Failed to make all-time highs. Failed to fill the gap. Sell off again. Maybe it's the second low. Maybe it's the beginning of a complete reset, which if it was a complete reset, you'd be looking at low to high and 886 down at 627. But if it's not, if this level does hold, market participants clearly knew something was going on, so they did push this price back above the critical areas. The gap did not fill today. The gap was a little bit higher. You'll probably get a gap fill tomorrow. But see, just after hours, Tesla is down another 1.74% where this blue line is. So this hammer that was painted, that's a very real hammer. It's not so hammerish right now. Okay, you remember one top, second top. You don't know, like, hey, it could have held 1,000 and rallied and been a range. It didn't do that. So now it's like, hey, this is the confirmation line of a double top too, 885. So you were confirming that the double top was real early in the morning, and then it became, it's still potential double top because it could not successfully close below that neckline of the potential double top. All right, so mysteries abound. You stay above 884, everything's okay. You fall below 884, you're probably going for that 675 full reset from the low to high 886. That's it. Okay, that's your Tesla. And that was the, Hex. Yeah, Hex was okay. Hex is still like kind of not dead yet. It's still doing all it can right here, man. I'm telling you, Hex is doing all it can to hold above the 17.5 cent level from July 16th where it was manufactured. It's holding, it's trying to hold again. Man, it was real close. It could go lower and it sucks and breaks support, but it maybe is making a nice massive harmonic. Which kind of interesting is how it's like at the 78% retrace. It's a little deep on B. Yeah, I'll give you that. Like, you normally want this to be like a 618, but it's a 68% retrace. But your D right now is the 786. The 786 confluent with that support resistance. And it's kind of interesting here. I mean, it really is. Like, Hex is not bad. I mean, and it could go down more and still be okay. As long as this asset makes a higher low than 11.6 to 12 cents, it's okay. It's fine. That's Hex. Maybe if this holds, man, this could be insane. If it comes like some sort of Gartley with a deep B point. Dang, Hoochie, man. Hoochie's like, you know, carrying the stream with Bradley E.
Decred, DCR, thanks bud.
Thank you, dude. DCR Connect. Oh, just another scrub. Just another scrub. Going for a full reset, right? I mean, come on. It's probably not done. You know, from your low point, those lows to the high, you know, 36.80. And if not 36.80, fine, 45.40 for at least a swing low from January of last year. Yeah, maybe some insane divergence is developing. It's trying to shortening of thrust stuff where you sell off, you rally, then the next lower low is not too bad compared to the previous dump. And then this one's more pathetic. It's almost like trying to bottom out here. It's like sellers are looking pretty scrub right now, like they're just kind of done. Like they can't really get together any more supply to push this price lower right now. I mean, that's kind of what it's trying to look like locally. And that could maybe make sense with the way the RSI looks like. It's like one low, the lower low, then the same low kind of, right, with higher levels. So it's like, this could be where a reaction occurs just based on how tired the price action looks here after so much incessant selling. But if you're talking about big M shapes and stuff, yeah, maybe the whole chart's a freaking Gartley, dudes. Well, then it's at or near the PCZ, right? The whole freaking chart is an M, right? A little deep on B, and then the 786 or 886. Probably always prudent be the 886. This level, this is the zone here. So it's like, you know, starting to get to full reset, value perceived areas, massive M. The whole chart's pretty much a freaking M, dude, right? DCR. And it's not too bad. It's a little deep on B, but still looks okay. But I don't know if I could take action. I don't think there's anything yet in crypto. Like, Bitcoin is too much of a rat still. Like, too much of a, there's no confirmation low. It just made today, this morning, made its lowest low, the entire correction. And you had a Rudy Poo rally today with the stock market. That's just not good enough of an argument to be like, time to start going back long on Bitcoin for real. It's just not yet. Doesn't mean it can't go to 40K off that low. And especially the stock market's real, and that, you know, the bullish reversal candles being painted all over the stock market, if they're real, I think it could translate into higher prices on Bitcoin and a lot of these altcoins. But if not, you know, man, like, there's lower prices, lower highs, lower lows, hidden bearish divergence. No, I ate all the McDoubles, dude. Sorry, there was none left. Correct. Okay. So that was the last request. Yeah, how do you one up a McDonald's stream? You can't. You don't. You literally don't one up the McDonald's stream. But a new day. Been around for 10 minutes. Remember, it's like the highest price Bitcoin's seen in like 3 or 4 days now.
H-bar, thanks bud.
What's up, Hoochie Man? Yeah, H-bar was interesting-ish, kind of. I was scanning and kind of saw it. I'm like, oh, what was going on with it? Oh, yeah, it was the 786, the Gartley, but then the Bartley, right? The 886, right? 1, and then 2 here. It's the same thing. I mean, it reminds me of Tron a little bit. But yeah, you're at an 88% retrace. There's no real edge yet. If you start pivoting here, you will gain an edge, a daily RSI bullish divergence edge. And it could be maybe a confirmation low. One low, 786, then the 886 could be the second low. Still above like the level, you know, right? Like a lot of these coins broke their critical supports. H-bar didn't yet. H-bar still above 16 cents. 16 cents is the major cutoff for this asset, because if H bar falls below 16 cents, it will lose half its value. It will go to 8 cents, probably very fast, because there's just very little support resistance below 16 cents. So identifying an M shape at its kind of pattern completion zone, the deep value perceived areas, sure, that's your H bar. What's up, David?
Thoughts on SVM silver miners?
Yeah, we'll look at it. Dude, remember, when you tip $1, $20, dude, the whole like left side of my penthouse lights up so half the city can see it. So everyone over there, man, all the no coiners are like, what's going on in there? That guy must own crypto or something, dude. I love that though. Oh wow, Wayne, that works again. Cool. So mods can change the colors too without even tipping. So yeah, I forgot. It was broken last time, right? I tried to ask for y'all to test it. Silver miners, you get it? So I mean, it's like hitting the 886 for the first time today, right? First time. So you could be in store for a potential reaction. Hoochie, you get that? Maybe. Same time, if it's going to do what a lot of other coins are doing or going to do, full reset takes you down to 9 cents, which makes sense. You break 16 cents, you're going to get 8 cents because of support resistance. Yep, so don't be surprised that happens if we go for that full reset. But for now, I'm just showing you, I'm identifying an M shape that isn't really valid yet. You don't know. Like it's valid because it hasn't violated the 886. It's reacted at the 886, but because Bitcoin and equities rallied, you know, so good for it. Bitcoin keeps dumping, H bar will go to 8 cents. Okay. Does that work? Does Flash even work? I think it's a command. I don't. Doesn't look like. Doesn't seem like it. SVM. SVM connect, huh? This looks like kind of the way it is. SVM, silver core metals, silver miners, well-established correction downtrend. $195 critical level. I mean, I guess there's a peak there. I don't really see anything that sticks. Yeah, I mean, massive daily divergence. I love the bullish divergence here. It looks so good. Maybe the weekly's better. The weekly MACD histogram's insane. The low, the lower low, the lowest low. Massive M shape for sure. Massive M shape. But where is that? You know, that's a 618. That's like a Garley. Dang, man. Not quite at its pattern completion zone yet. You got lower to go. You got to wait till $3. 305. 305. There's just not much support around here.
22nd century Joe, thanks.
Yeah, you're getting there. I mean, you're getting to potential pattern completion zone of a potential bullish Garley. And if that fails, it will probably go to the 886. The 886 would make more sense probably because the 886 is closer to a level of inflection where there have been historical bounces. 786 doesn't make much sense. But hey, whatever. We'll see what happens, right? What's up, Hoochie Man? XXII? 22nd century? Go. Alright, we'll look. So an M shape in development, but still low to go, and you know, it would probably make more strategic sense to wait for $2, around $2 to 230, 240. I think it's got a lot further to fall. This one's got a lot further to fall, dude. Yep. I wouldn't touch this until it's getting down to like 89 cents, maybe $1. Clearly, shark in development, and I think there's a lot more downside. The 886. We either the 886 or the 113, which would take you way lower, right? 113 is like literally negative, so you got to go with the 886 then. So minimum, you got to wait for 116 if you really want to give this a shot. Okay, it could be shark, could be a bat too. They both have the same pattern completion zones. The closer you get to 57 cents, 76 cents, you know, I think the more support you're gonna have. Look, I mean, inflection points. You get what I'm saying? So you still have downside. You just broke below the 200-week moving average last week. There's no edge. The weekly look kind of looks like crap on the oscillators. You gotta wait, man. You gotta wait. It's not there. Yeah, God, the MACD, even bearish convergence. I don't know, man. I think it would be prudent to wait. But that's just me, whatever. There you go, Hoochie Man. Thank you for all the quests and contributions and carrying the stream, really. You did it, dude. More downside. Bitcoin, though, on the new day, coming back to it. Nothing. Like, and no edge. There's no seller exhaustion on a daily time scale. You get that, right? You're still massively oversold on the daily. So it could a rally could continue where you reset the oscillators and you go to 40K and you test 40K, what was once a support, resistance, 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 could become resistance again. And then you sell off once more, and then maybe by then you get RSI daily bullish divergence. And then we can talk about a massive, more significant reversal. But for now, you just massively pumped with equities after it looked like all hope was lost.
Can devs do something?
Thanks for all you do. Could you give a look to Theta, please, and thank you.
Yeah, we can look at Theta, man. Thank you, Fry Cook Connect. Dude, did you quit McDonald's too? Remember that potential double bottom that if you have a stop loss setup, you take on minimal losses? Okay, you're out. And then what does it do when it breaks the critical support and you're stop lost? You take your stop loss, it goes down another 36 to 40%. Yep, you see why it's important to have stop losses? If you didn't know, maybe now you do and you learn the hard way. I wanted you to learn the easy way because it's like you have to have a stop loss. You have to have a stop loss. But nope, it didn't hold. Support straight up, straight down, straight down. It happened again. Wow, you can't be surprised. So with that being said, first time, you don't know. So we're working on a potential first time to bounce.
Hey Mitch,
nothing.
Can you check out Hydra for me? Thanks.
What's up, Steven Fisher? Yeah, thanks for 20. We'll look. Appreciate it. So it looks like Maker before it rolled over. Maker didn't roll over. It's still sitting at that same support after making all these lower highs. To me, I mean, like, again, it could rally easy to 372 because it never confirms. Market participants have no confirmation that 372 to $4 is resistance. So it could rally, test it, and fail, and that means it's up like 36%, and then dump again, and then maybe on the second low, when there's an actual edge on the oscillators at a critical, some sort of inflection point, that might be when you start rounding out, a bullish engulfing candle and the daily develops on the second low. That's when you start talking about potential actionable longs, right? You just don't know right now. No clue. You just made your lowest low since freaking February last year. You just don't know. So you can't take action. When there's not even a bullish engulfing candle, there's like nothing. No action to take. You just sit here and wait on it. Who cares if it rallies?
Almost
Rallies make a lower high and dumps again.
Premium, then said I could just ask for a request instead. Lol. Snap NYSE weekly, please and thank you.
What's up, Meister John? Thanks for 20, dude. Snap. Yeah, and now that is a chart I've not looked at in a long, long time. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Meister. Talking about Hydra, the S coin, it has to be the S coin, dude. I mean, I've been here. I've been to Hydra S coin. It's like at the 886, but it's done nothing. It's done literally nothing. Like you look at it and it's like, oh, you know what it's doing? Nice hidden bearish divergence on both oscillators, implying continuation downward. I mean, the 886 might hold here, but it's Hydra. It's literally Hydra coin. Dude, if it loses 100% of its value, goes to 123, it wouldn't be weird. Because there's no intrinsic value on this literal S coin. It doesn't do anything. Even if it does something, it's backed by pure speculation and momentum. And the momentum is what? Not bullish, it's bearish. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Most recent occurrence, the lowest low you had seen since March of last year, even maybe February last year. Like, okay, it's at an 886, but I just don't think that's good enough. I don't know if that is. You trying to say it's a double bottom? No, I wouldn't touch it ever. With your money, with my worst enemy's money, no one's money, dude. Like, I don't care what it does. It's an S coin in very uncertain market conditions. These are one of the last things I would ever touch in these market conditions. God, I think we could even come up with an argument for a bearish crab pattern that is not at its PCZ yet. Nope. You know where the PCZ of a crab is, chat? Minus 46 cents. So freaking worthless, dude. You can't even, just like, so what? A 1414 then, even. $2.98, $3, right? I mean, just like, I have no reason to care or believe that this thing has a strong argument for massive upside. But it is at those value perceived areas. But does anyone perceive value on something like Hydra? Probably not. If they're looking for value, in these market conditions, they might be looking for something like Walmart or Target or, Campbell's Soup, not Hydra coin. Snapchat. But my user growth. Yeah. Hydra, you had your life-changing opportunity on this one long ago. Snapchat. Interesting. Very interesting. Great request just because of kind of where it bounced, right? The IPO price from March of 2017 was tested today for the first time in human history. And that is where it bounced with the rest of the entire market. There is nothing implying that the sellers are exhausted or tired here. It just moved up with the index funds, down 1% to close the day anyway. Still has yet to fill that gap. There's another gap above that around $35, $34.90. Remember, when you have a straight line down like this, you have no consolidation structures that could be tradable for a long or short. There's no bear flag. It's just a straight line down. And yeah, scalpers came in at critical levels and bought here. Who knows what's going to happen? Like that's just not enough. Like maybe if this happens, right? It's all about looking for actionable longs for swing trades. Maybe it rallies, makes a lower high, then comes right back down the same level. And by the time it's rounding out or holding this level, even falling below it and getting back above it and back testing that support, you're showing some really nice bullish divergence on a daily time scale on the second test, not the first. Who knows on the first one? It could rally, do this, right? It could rally. Maybe it was all bull crap. It fills a couple gaps and then comes back down and dumps again and goes to 2186 because it's in a massive correction and needs to do a full reset. What's a full reset on this one? From that low from December 2018 to the all-time high, the 886 is $14. Currently, though, kind of interesting. If you did make it down to 2186, which is, an old couple highs from 2018 and a low from August 2020, that would be a 78% retrace. So there would actually be some value perceived, deep value perceived there. Currently, you are below the 618. So to me, it's like, that's cool and all. That limit buys, I guess tons of limit buys came in or were there or at this level. But it doesn't mean anything about a major reversal. It's probably not going to make higher highs. Next thing it does, it's going to run up and make it substantially lower highs than the previous high. That's Snapchat. In the midst of a correction that has begun. That's what it's doing. It is correcting, and that could last for a couple more months, a few more months. before it eventually finds its way down to the lowest risk area, the 886. And there's a gap fill down there. There's a gap fill at 1254 on Snapchat. Most incredible bullish cipher maybe ever. You broke out, created the M shape, and you were gone. And then it topped out, right? The book ended. This was just a chapter in the potential book where the book ran on, and then a conclusion. The book closed. Thanks for reading.
Opinion on 55 small and 233 small on weekly BTC BLX chart. Regarding the historical significance. Appreciate all you do.
What's up,
Your
Master? I don't know, man. I don't know
strategies
about these
help me significantly.
233, 55s. I do. For me, 20, 50, 200. Simple. Very simple. We can go to the BLX chart. Brave New Coin chart. Wait, that's not it, is it? No. The BLX has like more data than anything. Any chart. Oh yeah, this is the George Soros chart. So here's log scale. This is the only way to look at this chart is log scale, dude. 2 anchor points on the top, 2 peaks, 2 cycles, and then one, 2015 low, and then it actually was tested again, and the COVID crash fell below it, just sprung right back out of it. And it's now falling below that 25% trend line that has been regarded multiple times, as you can clearly see on this chart. Resistance right there, resistance again, then you broke it, then you back tested it as support, and now you're falling below it. Falling below it, the bottom of this upslope, this channel, like moving targets like $22,000 to $25,000. I don't know if that's gonna hold, but you're talking about moving averages. I just don't come here that often. What were you saying? Weekly. Well, you're below the 200-week moving average, right? That's very bad. I mean, you don't want to do that. So that means like, oftentimes with moving averages, 20s and 50s, when you fall below 20 and 50, you normally eventually get down to that 200 again. So that's a long way down. Unfortunately, the 200-week simple moving average is around $19,020 right now. It's like pretty much touching that old all-time high from December 2017. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we never fall below 30K, right? 30K is bad. That's like the double top, the potential double tops neckline. You don't want to fall below that. So hopefully we can just make a higher low than 30K somewhere, full reset in the uptrend, pivot and rally again, and then you all of a sudden have, if it starts really rallying, I mean, start going into the 50s and 60s again, the mid 50s or even the low 50s, you could start articulating an argument for a potential ascending triangle. So what we really desperately need to see here, get some log scale, just whatever, is a pivot somewhere. Go a little bit lower too. Go to 40K, like whatever, or go down to like, 30K, whatever, 31K. But you really want to make a higher low so you can have an argument of reaccumulation. That's what we need desperately, that we just haven't been getting yet, but it's not dead yet until we test, 29, 30K. Like once that happens, the argument for reaccumulation is gone. So you're just getting closer and closer to the argument dying. Something interesting that could develop is if Bitcoin somehow, chat, makes a higher low than 30K, somehow there's like no argument saying it's gonna happen. But if it did, you actually eventually would start getting hidden bullish divergence argument on the weekly RSI. But again, it's just, nope, you can't talk about that yet because it's like bearish engulfing candle on the weekly, right? Most recent event. It is a fool's hope right now. And this is not even valid because there's been no reaction. There has not been a higher low major pivot point yet. You have to get that before 30K. Otherwise, there's no argument. Okay? That's, I guess, kind of a good spot to end it on. You get me, chat? The things that must be done. We must make a higher low than these lows down here, just so that can be some sort of hopium we can smoke on. All right. So I just fear that wherever it happens, wherever you start topping out at, you're going to make some more hidden bearish divergence. You're going to get another dump. But that's okay, because it's like it has to happen. You got to get a confirmation low eventually. All right. Well, I really do appreciate everyone coming out today. What a, in some ways, record day for certain things happening that have never happened, and then multi-year happenings. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. I have that pinned above. I'm also spamming it right now. Join us. Going on 14,000 members for like a year now, but that's okay. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. A.